This is my Northridge belt grinder, and if you followed my channel years ago, I tried setting it up on an engine stand so that it could be turned 90 degrees. Well, it's been on my list for some time to get that done. I did pick up this stand. It's a U-line like service cart, and you can see that it's got adjustable height arms or stanchions. So planning on using that. But I'm working right now on the swivel attachment that will be applied to the unit. So I'll take you here for a walk. Over here at the welding table, some time ago, I actually had drawn templates of my design. I'm copying Outlaw Grinders is the design I'm copying, and actually Randy Richard helped me in my fusion drawings to actually put the parts together so that they moved. Well, it's a little side story there. So I'm using these as templates to cut out the blanks. I've got the first one cut out here, but if you'll notice that it's the same size as the template. No, I take that back. That's what I wanted to mention. If you notice that my template is smaller than the cut. So I actually had to reduce the size of my template, which I basically did using a compass and going around the perimeter of my template to reduce the size. I need to do that to this unit also. The reason I had to do that is my plasma torch. If I was to cut it on the original size, of course, then the unit's too big. So I got one more of these to cut out, and then I need to reduce the size of this guy. I have some notes on here, and I think it'll be good to go. The unit will actually sit, let's see if I remember right, it'll sit like that, and then it pivots, and that would take you around to your 90 degrees. So just kind of an in process here, kind of my jerry-rigged up plasma table here off of my welding table. Try to just control the mess, and we'll keep at it. Bring you back as I do some progression here. Just a little in process. See my shop foreman there's snoozing. But got the two upright pieces plasmid out. Just got to get them out of the plate right now. Just finished cutting those, and then I've got the other two over here. So we'll bring you back. Here's a quick update. I decided to mill the straight edges. I think you can see that I've already been over at the belt sander and cleaned up some of it, but the simplest way was to go ahead and put it here on the mill. I already had the holes drilled, so I'm basically milling parallel to my holes, and it's working well. I forgot to turn the camera on when I was started, and using the diamide clamp to pinch it all together, so it's got a great bite on it. So looks like just that worked out well, and now it's just going to pull it out, clean it up with a file, and move on. We'll keep you posted. Well, this is kind of bringing you up to date where I'm at. I'm on the secondary plate, and I've decided to use my smaller rotary table as a cheat since I can put it on top of a pallet. I designed it that way. And then the center hole on the rotary table has a 1/4 20, so basically this is bolted down right now. And then I put a 1/4 20 dowel over there, even though it'll go up to 3/8. So right now what I've done is I've clamped the plates to the top of the rotary table. I've got a pallet on here also, and I can go ahead and pull this bolt out now, come in with a pin and get it centered up, and then can start machining. I plan on machining 90 degrees on here, getting that cleaned up, and then basically it's this guy right there. Of course it's backwards right now, it's really like that, but went with a 1/4 inch so that way I can go up to 3/8 and locate this radius. I got to go back and look at my drawing and see if I actually have an offset for that. Otherwise I think I can just wing it, but hopefully there's a drawing. So that's the setup I got right now, and we'll bring you back. Okay, with the plate fastened down, 1/4 inch dowel, got it lined up right there. So I'm on center and have the DRO at 0, 0. So go ahead and reattach this screw. We're on center, then I can loosen the clamps, still have the other dowel in it, and I can start trying to get a 90-90 here lined up. So that'll be the next step. Well, here's a cheat for you. I got the Indicall out, and then I said, you know, the weld or the plasma cut is rough enough that I just got to be close. I want a 90-degree corner here, but I don't have to go crazy. So there is a boss back here on the mill. So taking the framing square and coming off of that and just doing an eyeball, I think it's good enough. So we'll lock it down there and get to milling in the square corner, and then go ahead and move towards the radius. Side one's milled, and now we'll just come up and cut across this front. Well, it's kind of bring you up to date. So when the unit is, the grinder, by unit I mean the grinder, when it's vertical, it'll be in this position, and when it's 90 degrees, it goes up to this position. Now, this hole right here is just a little bit off. Come on. Well, it's a little bit off. You can see how it binds. But it's a moot point because, come on. All right. Just because I'm on camera, it won't come out. There we go. This will end up getting I didn't tap it for threading. I can oversize this hole a little bit in a line, and I'll put a nut on the back side and weld it to the plate. And I'll get my perfect alignment on the slot there. But right now it's working pretty good. Really happy with it. And next is to fit it to the grinder. Well, I've got it lifted up off the cart. Chuck of old could have lifted it, but not this old man. The object is to get it on my welding table. Get this guy out of the way. So I got to get this bottom plate off, which has multiple attachments, and then I need to block it up so that it's at the correct height for this guy to sit under it, which it should be right here. Well, the 3/8 ratchet wouldn't take it out, so I had to get the big gun. You can see it's already twisted my Allen. And it just sheared it off, right on camera. Now I got a problem. Son of a bitch. Bring you back on this one. Well, I managed to get these top two out with the impact driver. As you saw, these came out with the impact gun. Then I sheared off the Allen wrench, but it takes heat. These are threaded into aluminum. We got that one. We got that one. Somehow I got to be able to reach down inside there and get heat on that guy. Not planning on reusing this plate for mounting, but we glad I'm getting them out. I was getting close to a chisel and a drill. Bring you back. Well, success. The propane torch just on the outside of the screw here, or bolt. Did it. So we got this plate off. Now the object is, this guy is going to sit like that. Let me get it turned around here. Okay, my plan is to get it up on these parallels so that I can fit my feet. Here's a little handheld of a mock-up. So I've got the units supported right now on the blocks and on the jacks. Now, if I measured right, when this guy rotates, there'll be clearance enough for the motor. Can always lift these plates if I have to. So I need to make some blocks that attach here, and then the angle plates will attach to the blocks. So I got this guy on the, no, I got this on the right side. The angle block will attach to it and rotate. So I have that on the right side and have that on the right side. And hopefully be able to flip my grinder over. And I got to sign off for right now. It's time for the ARW discussion. It's a Sunday afternoon. I think we're going to try to do it right here from the shop. Now that could have been a very ugly mistake. Luckily the tripod held. And my watchdog, he didn't tell me anything. Charlie decided to break for lunch and made a mistake, but the camera's unhurt. So here's a little handheld update. I think I'm getting it worked out. Of course, that's supposed to be sitting straight. So I had to put shims 3/16. No, let's see, that's more than 3/16, 5/16 shims underneath the plate, which brings the plate to the bottom of this unit here, which works out for how I want to tie this in. So basically I'm looking at something like that. The Allen heads will get recessed in there, and the put a little radius on it, and then the back side of this welds to the hinge there. I will have to relieve this bottom here, probably so that the unit can spin. But I guess I got to do a mock-up and get it up in the air 90 degrees to see if the motor clears. If it doesn't, it just means I have to change the pads underneath. It is going to go back down on that table over there, and I could have a bottom base plate for it. So I think I'm going to wrestle this guy and see if I can get it turned 90 degrees and see if it works. And there's my shop supervisor. He's hanging with me. Right, Howie? Huh? Come on, you can look up. Okay, another shot, just looking at the mock-up. So with the motor sitting on the table there, I basically have 3 inches of difference from this surface here to here, which will raise the motor up 3 inches. And I'm assuming that 3 inches will be enough clearance for it to make the sweep. Again, no difference than this issue I was talking about the other side. This may have to have a slight ramp on it so that this piece can come down into the corner. Again, the unit's actually going to even sit up higher. So I think I don't have a clearance issue. So the next thing would be is go ahead and work out these mounts and get those built. We'll bring you back. This is the piece that'll attach right here, and as you can see, I've already shaped the block for it, got the holes drilled, did that all off camera. But I decided that since I could either weld this or I could bolt it from the back, and since I have the screws that I fought to get out, get these guys out, walking around the camera. So basically you can put those in from the back side, and that'll hold it. So I was thinking about it and working smarter, not harder. I said, I got to do the layout of all this. Well, you can see they're attached. So basically some super glue, and then made this little jig right over here out of a couple fireball squares. Put it right in there, dot the glue, boom. Now I can go ahead and put it in the mill, clamp on here, and line up and do all my machining and get it set up so I can bolt it. So I think it's going to work out real simple that way. These blocks don't need to come back off, so that I don't have to worry about releasing the glue. We'll do that machining off camera. Well, here's a little bit of an update. So I've got the brackets mounted on the plates. The plates are mounted to the grinder, and I have the grinder clamped down to the table just for the weight balance right now. And I thought these were hitting, but they're not. But right now the grinder is hitting, and it turns out that this piece right here, I elected, where's my piece? I elected to leave that square, and one of my original ones, I had a radius there. Did I have a radius there? Yeah, I had a radius there. There it is there. That was one of the first ones. So I've got to take it apart, and I got to basically match that radius over here so that the grinder can make the turn, and then bring you back. So far everything's going pretty good though. Well, here's an in-progress update. You can see the unit is at 90 degrees over, and it literally moves over to vertical. So, really happy with it. It's working out great. Just tweaks now. I'm going to put a bottom base plate on it that'll mount it to the table with some supports for the two plates and figure out my final locking mechanism. But all in all, it's getting there. It's actually hitting back here. We'll bring you back as we keep progressing. This is just a quick handheld update. I've created a base plate for it, and I'm playing around with some spacers to just add support to the plates. And then I've made a nut and welded the nuts to the back of the plates, which finished my alignment of the slots. So the slots are working really good, and laid out mounting holes for the table there behind the plates. So just trying to decide if I like my artistic attempt there at some supports. Just another quick update. So I've got my plates plasmid out. Now if I only had a knife grinder that I could use, it would surely make cleaning those radiuses up very quick and simple. I got to figure this one out. Bring you back. Well, here's just a quick handheld. Hopefully it's not jumpy, but the unit's basically complete. It works well, and I still need to break it all down, clean it, finish my tacks, and then paint it, and then get it mounted on the cart. As I'd mentioned, I copied Outlaw grinders for the stand, and earlier I copied their design for the platen table. So I've always been able to use the grinder in this position. The big deal was going ahead and turning it 90 degrees. So here we go. Comes over nice and easy. Pull this arm out. Flip the arm. I've got to shorten this rod, but I've been waiting until this day when I can actually use it. And now I can use the grinder in the horizontal position. That's been my goal from day one when I purchased this, and really excited about trying to get it finished and mounted on the cart, painted, and then put to use. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've had a lot of fun building it, and there'll be a follow-up once it's painted and mounted.